Hey guys, Crystal Grace here. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. So this one is all about what are people saying behind your back. We have 3 piles to choose from: pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. So take a moment to connect with one of the cards. Quick disclaimer whilst you're doing that: if a reading begins to trigger you in any way, please opt off the reading and trust that the reading or maybe my platform is not for you. So with that said, let's get into it. Let's find out what people are saying behind your back. Pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So we have Head Over Heels, card number 29. We have a very flexible looking character here. So some of you could be contortionists, or maybe you really like going to the circus and watching those individuals who can get themselves in these sorts of shapes. She's holding a love heart. There's also a key there with a love heart. So naturally, when we think about head over heels, you could be head over heels for somebody, or maybe somebody is head over heels for you. But there is a lot of love around this individual. She's got love on her leotard. She's holding a heart. She has a key with a love heart. And then we have all these little love hearts down here. So I kind of feel like love is coming your way, or you are giving a lot of love, right? Maybe you're hanging around waiting for love, but she looks really starry-eyed. Like she looks like she is looking at somebody with a lot of love as well. So maybe some of you have recently met somebody and you are feeling very like lustful towards them, or like loving towards them. Or it simply could be you are feeling in this energy for yourself. Like, you know, you've really been working on your self-love, your self-worth, because of that shape she's in, you know. She looks like she's sort of giving herself a backwards hug in a way. But yeah, I'm hearing this song. I'm standing on the outside looking in. I don't know if it's Jimmy Barnes, maybe, which I'm not really sure what that song is about, but I don't know, just those lyrics itself, it's sort of like maybe you finally took her outside, like you're having a bird's eye view of you and what you bring to the table, pile 1. So maybe you are head over heels for yourself, or maybe once you sort of tapped into that self-love, self-worth, you know, the universe has put somebody on your path that you can finally like consider falling in love with again, or fall in love with. So that is what I'm picking up. Let's get into it. If that resonates, great. We will find out. Alrighty, my mother interrupted. Okay. So let's find out what people are saying behind pile 1's back. Alrighty. So initial download that I'm getting is like there is this sense of hope. Like I feel like there's a conversation happening about you behind your back regarding like people genuinely being hopeful that you can move past a situation that like was very unexpected, quite a tower moment for you, and sort of move back into move towards like, you know, this loving, very genuine, wholehearted relationship. So I feel like for a lot of you with the Two of Pentacles and the Tower, this is indicating like people, like what's being said about you behind your back is you could have been juggling quite a hectic situation, something quite like traumatic may have recently happened to you, which created some form of imbalance in your life. There could also be a conversation about how that situation sort of pushed you on a path to be more focused on work and not focused on love. Maybe being more focused on a social life as opposed to being focusing on some sort of like romantic pursuit. And I feel like with the Six of Cups here, it could even be the fact like what's being said behind your back is people from your past talking about this. People from your past could be talking about how you've recently gone through something that was quite, you know, hectic, and how they want to come towards you. Because it's funny how like the initial energy check-in was about love, and we have 3 cards here very much focused on love. Like the Six of Cups is like a gift-giving card. It's also receiving a genuine apology. So it could even be the fact that you experience some kind of imbalance in your life, which would have unfolded by like, you know, a tower moment. This person or a person for some of you could be talking about reaching out to you to seek forgiveness, reaching out to you to apologize for doing this, you know, horrendous sort of act of like ill behavior towards you. Because the Knight of Cups can talk about forgiveness as well, but it's an invitation for a romantic date, right? It's an invitation to pursue, you know, somebody's happiness in a romantic sense. So there's definitely a conversation happening about an imbalance happening between you and a person, and them trying to figure out the best way to approach you in order for you to consider opening up to them. This person could be the one who is head over heels for you. Like you may not be in this energy. Maybe there is somebody in your energy field who is looking at you like this, who will become more flexible than they ever have before in order to win you back, for some of you. And for others of you, it could simply just be a person in your energy field who's fully aware that something very unfortunate happened to you, which is what has put you in this very like unbalanced energy, you know, where you feel like you're walking on shaky ground. Like this person is aware of the situation that has unfolded for you. So they may have found out about this through other means. They may not have found this out because of you. You know, like we have a crown, I vision that as like a tiara, but like we have a crown or a tiara that's fallen off your head. So people are definitely talking about a very unfortunate situation that has happened to you. And I feel like with this Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups and the Lovers, like they're hoping, like there is this hope that, you know, there's people around you who love you very much, pile one, who want to see you happy, who want to see like your wish fulfillment come through if, you know, a stable relationship, a loving relationship is something that you have been like longing for or desiring. I feel like what's being said behind your back is... for others of you, it's like you have gone through this like challenging time, but yet you still have not lost your like your innocence. You still have not allowed this situation to turn you into a bitter person with this Six of Cups. Another conversation is you are really good with children here with this Six of Cups and the imagery here. But the adult doesn't look overly happy, right? It looks like the adult is giving to the child, but is still showing signs of sadness. So there could be a conversation happening that, you know, you are dealing with something that is quite sad, yet you're still giving people your time and energy. You could be still showing up for your, you know, children at the moment. You're not allowing this Tower moment to like, ruin it for others. And even with that said, like, people could be talking about how you don't allow your trials and tribulations to impact other people's lives, like you don't take it out on other people. So the Knight of Cups, you know, if they're talking about you behind your back in the light of the Knight of Cups, things that they would be saying here is things like, you know, how romantic and charming you are. Like you're a person who will work hard for their love, but maybe you will work and put in the effort for those around you who you love immensely. But yeah, the Knight of Cups is definitely an invitation for a date. So there could be a conversation happening behind you regarding somebody bringing you, you know, a love offer here, right? You know, we do have a person on a horse, so a knight in shining armor here. There could be a conversation happening about how you've already met this knight in shining armor if somebody's already in your life romantically and you are in this like loved up phase, or it could be the fact that somebody is talking about coming towards you romantically. So then we have the Lovers card here. We could also consider, because the Lovers card can talk about having two options. These could be indicating two options, a person from your past and a current person coming towards you. People could be talking about that. If that's not resonating, I would just say the Lovers card, people are definitely talking about your love life. People are definitely very much invested in it, but I feel like they're talking about it in a very positive light. It's not in a negative sense because, yeah, besides the Tower moment here, the Tower card, the cards are genuinely quite positive, but don't do that because then the camera... yeah, look, it's strong soulmate energy. So is the Six of Cups. So somebody is definitely talking about how you were a soulmate. So I feel like for a lot of you, somebody is looking at you like they're head over heels, but they're biding their time is what I'm hearing. Like they're just waiting for you to come out of a like period of healing. They're waiting for you to like sort of just, I guess, move on from this Tower moment that could have unfolded for you quite recently. If it wasn't recently, then it was something obviously that you are still processing. I hear choose me, like they hope you choose them. So there's definitely somebody who's got their eye on you at this time. So that is what I have for you guys. I hope you enjoyed that. If that resonated, let me know and I'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, pile number 2. Welcome to your reading. So we do have card number 43, Spill the Tea, the irony. So we're asking the question, what are people saying behind your back? I don't know. I feel like a lot of you, she's got a lot of teacups everywhere internally on her head. Maybe you guys have a lot of like tea on you. Maybe you have a lot of tea on other people. Okay. But when I think about spill the tea, it's like you've got something. You've got valuable information to share is what I feel. You could be people who are those sorts of people who just sort of come to you and confide in you about anything. You could be kind of nosy as well. Like some of you could be a little bit snooty, not in a negative way, but, you know, prim and proper in a sense. But yeah, like you could have sort of like high expectations is what I feel for those around you. Like you could be like, when I say snooty, like you more align with high class environments and sort of like lower class in a way. But yeah, don't take that as an offense. Don't be insulted by that. Each to their own. But I think you think quite highly of yourself because you have, you know, positive morals, positive values. You know, you may have come from like, you know, unfortunate environments. So you've worked really hard to like dig yourself out of those, you know, those social classes that you may have been born into. So that's sort of the kind of energy I am picking up. But I definitely feel like you hold a lot of knowledge about maybe the people around you, or I don't know. It's either you hold a lot of knowledge about the people behind you or you're able to spill the tea on people. So maybe some of you are psychic mediums here. So, you've got access, to information that other people do not. So if that sounds like you, awesome. Let's jump into it. Let's find out what are people saying about you behind your back. Oof. Well, there is that psychic medium card straight out the gate. We have the Emperor. 3 of Wands. I think I just saw the Hierophant. 9 of Pentacles. High class. And 5 of Pentacles. So this could be around work. And as I say that, there is the 8 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. So we've got the Queen of Cups, the Emperor, the 3 of Wands, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 5 of Pentacles. So there's a few different things being said behind your back. But obviously with the Queen of Cups here, you're a person who definitely... you could be being seen as somebody who has a lot of emotions. Like you're a person who is very emotional. You respond and react to things very emotionally. So that can be seen in a positive light, but also like in a negative light. It really depends if you've got a hold of your emotions, right? Because she does have a choppy sea at the bottom, at the baseline of her feet. But over here we have a seahorse. There's no border there though. So people could be talking about you behind your back in regards to like something kind of emotional happening to you at this time. Or it could even be the fact, like, as she's holding this cup up to the sea, like, pile number 2, like when they're like, they give it their all. Like if they're pursuing something or pursuing a person, they're all in or they're not in at all. So you definitely love, and you love quite hardly is what I feel like people could be talking about. But yeah, this psychic medium intuitive energy is definitely being picked up with this card as well. So people are definitely talking about how maybe you can make them become emotionally unstuck because you are psychic. Telepathy is also coming through. So people could be talking about how like you can read minds, you can read energy, you can read emotions. It's very hard to hide things from pile number 2 because of their intuitive nature, like, witchy energy as well here. There is a ship in the distance there. So people could be talking about something that happened to you that was quite emotionally traumatic a while ago. Okay. But you haven't, if that was anything to do with, chasing a goal or a dream or, a romantic relationship, I feel like what they're saying is like you haven't given up hope on trying to achieve whatever it was you were trying to achieve then that did not work out. 6 of Swords is coming into my third eye. So whatever that situation was, people are talking about is you're no longer dealing with that. You've moved away from something quite dramatic that was happening to you. It could have turned out a lot worse if you stayed in that relationship or in that situation. Could have been working for a really bad boss. So we do have the Emperor here. And this is very boss energy, right? So people are definitely talking about something that you've bossed up in. So with all the Pentacles here, I would say there is something that you're doing in the workspace that people are talking about how like you've got everything under control. You're very stable and secure in maybe your employment, or like your business is presenting or growing into a more stable and secure business, okay? Being autocratic is also very much linked to the Emperor. So people could be talking about you having a more autocratic approach in some area of your life as well. So whether or not that is in at work, but we do have the 3 of Wands there, and that's all about planning. So people could be talking about how you're a bit of an autocratic planner, like you are very due diligent in your plans. When you say you're going to do something, you will do it. Like you're not going to like fold, you're not going to cancel, you're not going to like try and get out of situations or tasks because that's not in your nature. Like, you're a person who will do what needs to be done in order to achieve like whatever it is you are trying to achieve. Like, if somebody comes to you and they need help, you will help them. You could be very guarded and very protective as well here with the Emperor. Like, so 1 minute, like, and that could kind of explain that emotional like imbalance maybe. Like, 1 minute you can be very giving and next minute you could be very standoffish here. So people could be talking about that, like, pole number 2 is really giving to me, and then somebody else could be saying, oh really, they're really guarded with me, they don't really share much with me. So that could be happening in the workspace with different colleagues. The 3 of Wands, people are definitely talking about some kind of future plan you have in place, or maybe they're talking about you waiting for a certain situation to unfold. It could be the return of something or someone here with the 3 ships lingering out at sea there. They could be talking about how you've got a lot of options as well here, but you're only got your eye on one. So that could be a suitor. It could be talking about a suitor. It could be talking about one path when it comes to your career. It could be the fact you are choosing you, right? Because we have the 9 of Pentacles here, and that's a very single energy. Like, somebody is very much focusing on themselves and building their own empire. And the fact that we do have the Emperor here, you are building something, right? With the 5 of Pentacles there, like, they could be talking about how you are very, guarded because you are trying to build an empire on your own to prevent being left out in the cold. Maybe you have been left out in the cold and that is why you're in this energy. But yeah, the 3 of Wands is definitely, there's definitely a conversation about future plans that you are planning. So if you don't want people to know your business, probably stop sharing it, in my opinion. If we haven't already achieved our plans, sometimes people can manifest our plans not working out for us. So unfortunately, there's just fuckwits in the world like that. The 9 of Pentacles, obviously your abundance, your success is definitely being spoken about behind your back, maybe how you've achieved it through, long-term planning or short-term planning. It's led to be quite prosperous for you. With the 9 of Pentacles, I also feel like you are looking very different. So you know how I kind of said over here with the spill the tea card, like a bit like prim and proper, like people are definitely seeing a massive change in how you're presenting yourself, how you're behaving. There has been a shift in your I guess how you portraying yourself in society now. So, you could have went from girl to lady in a way, if that makes sense, or, boy to man. You just seem more in control now is what I feel people are talking about. Like, you finally know where you're going and how you're going to get there. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of financial stability here, or at least this is what these people are talking about. I feel like with the 5 of Pentacles, the conversation happening here could be that you are very fixated on building a stable financial backing for yourself. So when you do face hardships, when you do face unemployment, like, you've got that covered, or at least they could be talking about if you ever do face hardships, financial hardships, you will have that covered. Like, you probably have a lot of material wealth that you could sell off. So you're obviously taking a risk in something. Even coming back to the Queen of Cups with the choppy ocean, people could be talking about you taking a risk towards something that they're not confident will be successful. But I feel like the follow on from that is, well, you've got enough capital or financial backing to be able to deal with the hard times if hard times do unfold. For others of you, the 5 of Pentacles could be talking about how somebody has left you out in the cold. Maybe because you have glowed up, maybe because these changes have happened, you're not who you say you were anymore. So some people who try and find the negative in a glow up or somebody, achieving their goals and dreams are just jealous, right? So instead of being happy for you, they're probably talking a bit of smack about you with the 5 of Pentacles. Maybe you realize you don't want to associate yourself with people who don't have big goals and dreams and just want to be negative Nancy. So those people are probably talking somewhat negative about you there. it could be the fact that somebody is talking behind your back about how, either you've ghosted them or they've ghosted you. So take that as it resonates. If you've ever endured any financial hardship, loss of employment, even people bullying you, like tormenting you, people could be talking about that behind your back, how like you're a person who's, really rose above, like what your life could have been. So again, for some of you, there is a change in like socioeconomical status here. Some of you could have come from like, like welfare families, and then you've climbed your way up a ladder to be middle class now. So that sort of energy is coming through there. But yeah, that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know if that resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Pile number 3, welcome to your reading. We have card number 26. We have bound for boundaries. Private, no entry, private property, restricted area, keep out. So I would have to say a lot of you have pulled your energy back from a lot of people. You're keeping your thoughts and your opinions to yourself. You are being very heavily selective with who you allow in your space. I actually feel like for a lot of you, you could be in hermit mode, or you've been in hermit mode for a while now. But you are sort of maybe taking a step back out of the limelight, maybe taking a step back out of like society in order to sort of rectify, I don't know, maybe internal conflicts, maybe to reflect on like people, mistreating you and how that unfolded and whatnot, something like that. Bound for boundaries, Queen of Swords energy is definitely sort of shining through with this card. It could be the fact that you have finally realized you need to set better boundaries for the people around you. Like a situation may have unfolded. We are asking the question, what are people saying behind your back? It could even just be the fact that you've had a massive shift in what you share with people when you share it. And now you're not allowing people to have access to you. So if that sounds like you, awesome. Let's jump into it. Let's find out what people are saying about you behind your back. Well, there's the King of Swords. Five of Cups. The Devil. The Magician. King of Cups. Yeah, so I definitely feel like you've been hurt, or you're releasing something, right? So naturally, the best thing for us to do when we are trying to release, heartache, or we're mourning a situation, it's always best to pull our energy back, sort our shit out, and then come back out into the world. So we do have 2 kings here. So you could be operating from a more masculine, like a masculine energy as opposed to a feminine energy. So you could be taking more of a masculine approach in how you're dealing with situations at this time. People could be talking about that. We do have the 5 of Cups here. So it's definitely telling us people are talking about a shift in the way you are dealing with a situation or dealing with life in general. King of Swords tells us that what they're saying about you is like you are taking a more logical approach in dealing with something that wasn't great. Okay, it could be an addiction. It could be from dealing with somebody who was very codependent, manipulator here. So I feel like there's a lot of different messages coming through for this pile. But yeah, so I'll try and keep it as less confusing as possible. But yeah, King of Swords, what people are saying about you, behind your back, is that you're not operating from a place of love, you're operating from a place of logic, right? And that is to protect your energy or protect, maybe more grief unfolding here. Although we do have the King of Cups here, which tells us like we do have logic, we do have emotion. But I kind of feel like, this will be sort of a different energy. The message that just did come through, what they're saying is like you're going through like a state of mourning because you're releasing something. So you've got your guard up as you move through grief. People could be talking about how like they know the patterns for you when you're getting over something or when you're releasing something. You sort of go really closed off to deal with the grief. You may dabble in some form of addiction, but you find a way to sort of like climb out of that hole and you get back into like whatever it is that you are trying to manifest in a positive sense, and you sort of do a 360 here, and then you will tap back into that emotional balance, well-being person that you are. So that is one message sort of coming through. But to look at these cards more individually, to keep it more like to cover for everyone. The King of Swords, what people could be talking about you behind your back is that you are taking more of a direct approach towards maybe goals and dreams or how you communicate with people. Like you're not sharing, like a King of Swords does not share things with people, like in the sense of their thoughts and their opinions. They keep everything to themselves and they always talk with purpose. So they don't just blurt out any old information for the sake of it. Like they can sit in white. They won't talk for the sake of talking. They can sit in silence with people. It does not make them feel uncomfortable. So people could be talking about that. You are ready for action though, and I feel like you could be in a very argumentative state as well. So people could be talking about that about you. Like if you are ready to open up a can of worms with pile 3, be mindful that, they will cut you down if you're saying the wrong thing is sort of the vibe I pick up. You know a lot more than what you portray is also what somebody is saying. The 5 of Cups, obviously something has unfolded for you that hasn't been great, because the 5 of Cups is a low vibrational energy. It's one that will talk about somebody mourning maybe the loss of a relationship, a loss of a person to the afterlife, and it's either something that has led to you to losing something, but you're still holding 1 cup here. So they could be talking about, a situation that unfolded for you that has made you quite closed off, right? That may have pushed you down sort of a bit of a dark path here with the Devil on the other side, but there is still hope for you here. You are still hoping for something coming in, because we have a ship out at sea. So people could be talking about how something very unfortunate happened to you, but you are still holding on for hope of a return, someone returning, something returning, or you just simply getting back on your feet after a time of healing as well could be being discussed. The Devil here could be talking about, if this has anything to do with a person, that like that's what this Devil card would be representing. Like what they're saying about you behind your back is maybe you've you have a tendency to attach yourself to low vibrational energies. You seem to always find yourself in connections with people who are like very wounded. If that doesn't resonate, it could be some form of addiction that you have that these people are talking about. Like, 5 of Cups energy seems to come find you more often than not because of the situation, like some kind of habit that you have. You could be a codependent person that you always need to be in a relationship. Some people could be talking about that. Like you're a person who struggles to be alone, to be single. You don't do single very well. So obviously this is can be a bit of a confronting message, so only take what resonates. You could be dabbling in like BDSM here, even with this Devil card, and people could be talking about that. But you are very chained to someone. I feel the more I look at this, the imagery, like somebody is talking about how it could be a karmic soulmate, like you've yet to release this person and this person only brought nothing but disappointment to you. They could have been a master manipulator here with the Magician right next door to the Devil, because the King of Cups is also a master of emotional manipulation in low vibrational energy. So people could, if that resonates, like if you've broken up with somebody or you've had to like finally see the logic in a relationship, people are definitely talking about how this person manipulated you, emotionally manipulated you, and maybe had you doing things that were out of character for you. The Magician, though, like is a positive card when we're not affiliating it with a like storyline. People could be talking about something that you are an expert in, like some kind of skill that you've mastered or leveled up in. You could be dabbling in witchcraft here, because it does look like a lot of potions. So if you do spell work, people could be talking about that behind your back. People could definitely talk about how you work with magic. Maybe you work with people who work with magic. But you have access, like I'm being drawn to the infinity symbol here. People are talking about how you have unlimited access or an infinite amount of like knowledge or connection with spirit, with the spirit realm here with the Magician. And maybe what they're talking about is you are stepping into that power, maybe after a period of like, you know, disappointment, detaching yourself from things that don't serve you. You're stepping into this Magician energy, which is where you're going to do this 360 and coming back into that King of Cups. Somebody who's emotionally balanced, somebody who is devoted to the family and the people that they love around you, because at this point in time, I feel like you're very closed off. You're like, leave me alone. I don't want to talk to anyone. You'll only associate yourself with people in like small bite-size like time frames is what I feel is going on here. But yeah, the King of Cups, right? In a positive light, this person is, you know, a devoted, very loving and loyal individual, very playful as well with the dolphin there. But notice how this throne is like out in the middle of the ocean. So again, I just feel pretty confident in saying what people are saying about you is you could be emotionally detached at the moment with this King of Cups, or you've emotionally detached yourself from everything around you except for yourself. Like you're very much focusing on you and filling up your own cups. You are being selective with who you play with. Like you're hard to reach at this time. Like you're always out doing something. You could always be playing with other people, hanging out with other people, but you're not hanging out with them is what I feel some people could be talking about. And that could be because you know, they did something wrong to you, or you've come to the realization that those people are not healthy for you. So that is what I have for you. Let me know if that resonated, and I'll see you next time. Bye.